this once it's over. We'll talk about those Barkley marathons, but I don't really know how to start with that. Oh, wait, I know how to start. I got one. I'm just gonna fucking call you out. See that red camo that was on the table? It's in the trash now. It was a box my weed came in. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like a red camo like design.
Put on shorts. Yes, one of the more random things.
Oh, Buster.
Why are you shaking your head?
You're in trouble this week, buddy.
I'm in trouble?
Yeah, I've been getting call after call. And by the way, kids, calling is like DMs, but like with your voice, but not voice message. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Call after call from people, fans, dear listeners of the podcast,
Followers
of the path.
Okay.
You fucked up. You messed up last week, bud.
I did?
Yep, you messed up.
Uh-oh.
It was either last week or the week before. Remember when I told you to look up, you were having fun Googling little pictures of stuff,
Uh-huh.
and I had you look up rocks that look like pillows?
Mm-hmm.
You fucked up.
I did?
And everyone called you out on it. Because that's not what I told you to look up.
Oh, okay.
I told you to look up rocks that look like pillows. You reversed it.
Oh, I was like,
Rocks-
what did I do wrong?
Rocks that are carved to look like soft pillows.
Oh, I did pillows that look like
You
rocks.
did the pillows that look like pebbles, like big like beanbag pillow things. I want rocks carved. Yeah, do what you're doing right now. Rocks carved to look like rocks. Now these
Into
are
pillows.
crazy. Yes. No, these aren't, but you can't sleep on them because they're
Well-
rocks. See, look.
Oh, no, that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, see that? That's what I wanted you to see. Look at that.
Whoa.
to that- yeah, go to
Looks like
that-
a sack of flour.
Isn't that nuts? How
Okay,
amazing.
I did fuck up
'Cause we
because
were-
mine were way...
Because we were talking about the softness of the carvings of the sculptures and stuff. See, that's what you
This
looked
is
up.
what I looked up, yeah.
Yeah, you looked up
They're-
rock pillows.
Those are kind of funny, too, but you can see the seam on them.
Those aren't as good as the other one. The ones you looked up the first time were cool.
Oh, man.
But yeah, you
that
fucked up, so
makes
I
me...
had to call you
That
out.
makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's right.
That makes me like... Have you ever seen the guys that play soccer with a bowling ball? That's what that makes me think
Well,
of.
I said that last week,
Yeah.
and I didn't know what to do because you looked up
The wrong
picture.
one.
I didn't know what to do, so we just kind of went through it. But I'm glad that people recognized it,
Yeah.
and they came to my justice.
Please call out
So-
all mistakes from here on out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. That's really strange looking.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know so that we can get this show started
Oh,
on the right foot.
there's the exact picture I saw.
Let me see.
If it'll pull up. That's the
Yep,
exact one
there
I
we
saw.
go.
Because I was
That's
like,
what
oh,
you
look at that.
wanted.
Looks like a pile
I'll
of
post pictures. They'll all be right here. You guys know how it goes now. That's kind of, you know how I do.
Damn.
If you're listening, if you're just like driving in your car listening, you're not able to see. But just picture like just an ordinary pillow,
Mm-hmm.
like a white, fluffy pillow, just kind of sitting on the ground, kind of folded up on itself. And then imagine that's like marble rock.
Yeah, a guy with like a chisel
Yeah.
breaking.
Like
That is.
you know when you
crazy
like
looking.
fall back in bed after a long day and you go,
Oh
And
no!
if you did that with one of these, imagine doing that. That'd be a funny prank. You do it to your buddy. You swap out his
Yeah.
pillows with these rock statues that look like pillows, and he
Yeah.
comes home after a hard day at like the warehouse because he's a
Mhm.
blue collar guy. He works hard.
Yeah. Right.
And he just goes back and oh, what a hard day. Cracks a beer open, takes a big chug. You ready to relax, and he just falls back into his soft bed, and then he cracks the back of his fucking head
Yeah.
open.
Then he's dead.
Yeah, he's writhing on the ground, just fucking spasming out because his head is just hemorrhaging. Yeah, that's hilarious.
And you don't. You can just wash the pillow off with a hose. You don't have to put it in the washing
That
machine.
does make it easy.
Yeah.
That does
you
make
just-
so you can multiple uses.
Right.
Multiple uses.
Wow.
I like that. Welcome to the Mellow Record, everybody. We're so happy to have you here. Welcome to path number 41, I believe, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Path number
think so.
41. Welcome back to a show with two brothers. Van, that's me. Trace, across the table, that's you over there. Sharing
Windsor.
stories, discussing discussions, and just trying to bring some light into this goddamn hellhole we call
Yeah.
Earth.
Yep.
And we're going to get into the weird. We have a lot of. This is going to be a news show this week. So get ready. Hope you've been.
Yeah, we brought some darkness.
Yeah. Just some weird developments going on.
Yeah, just strange things that you're
Yeah.
like, how are we at this point?
Yeah. That's why I kind of wanted to bring everyone on the right foot because this is going to be a bumpy ride today.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure all bills were paid,
Yeah.
checks marked.
But jokes aside on all the things we want to talk
Yeah.
about today,
Go.
I think they are pretty important things, and so I would love some feedback and other
Yeah.
opinions because, like we just said, we're two brothers. Like our opinions are different, but we're only two people
brothers.
in the conversation. That'd be a good piece of
T-shirt.
TV.
Oh, that's a good
Two
T-shirt. Two brothers, but it's
brothers.
just us.
Yeah, nobody's ever done that before.
I'm sure no one's done that before.
Two
I
brothers.
don't know. I've never heard that before.
Me neither.
Is that a reference to something?
Not that I know of.
Sounds like a reference to pedophilia for some reason.
Two brothers. Eesh.
I lost my train
Dude,
of thought 'cause I said that.
You said that though?
Yeah.
You know what? You want to talk about some darkness? The Jared from Subway
Oh,
documentary.
Yeah, you watched the doc
Oh
finally.
my!
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember what it's on, but I don't even recommend going to watch it.
I went for.
I mean,
the
it's well
Jimmy-
made,
I went the
but-
Jimmy Savile route.
Yikes!
I went over across the pond to see the British pedophilia mania that's going on over there. It was terrifying. I hated it.
The Jared from Subway stuff.
Hey, you know what? The Brits, they have child rape just like us.
Just
in
like
America.
us.
Yeah.
It is funny that. I mean, I know we're obviously a large country, and there is a lot of bad in our country, but there's bad everywhere.
I mean, yeah.
And people are like, the USA sucks. It's like, yeah, but you guys do the
We're
same
just
things.
louder. We're
Yeah.
just louder
And
about
we're
it.
so big that we just have more instances.
We're just more confident.
There's just more
about
people.
it. We're like, yeah, we're doing bad.
Yeah.
Fuck off. We know what we're doing. We're not doing it. But if you see us doing it, we're doing it.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you see us doing it, we're gonna say you're doing it, not us.
Yeah, there's. Ugh. Yep.
Americans just are loud. We just yell until everyone just leaves us alone,
Yeah.
no matter what we're doing. And speaking of yelling at people, I want to yell at you right now,
You've already yelled at me.
and I want to yell
once.
some more.
Jesus.
Because you have been making us, me and you, mostly me, you've been making me run a lot.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show yet. I'm sure I have because I've been bitching about it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to, we've been doing a lot of this running training and stuff, and I hate it.
Separately.
Separately, not together.
Mm-hmm.
But we're training for the same thing.
Right.
And my legs hate it. I haven't ran in so long. It's
Mhm.
only been a few years. Like ran a lot. And so I didn't think it would be so hard to get back into it, but god damn it. It
It's
really
hard.
is.
It's
And
weird.
I thought I'd sign us up since you signed us up for this thing. I thought I'd sign you up for something else.
Oh, shit.
I thought we could go on the Barkley Marathon. You ever ran a Barkley Marathon?
The Barkley Marathon? Is it
Yeah.
something with dogs?
No. I mean, you could probably bring a dog. That'd be cute. That'd be kind of cute if it was it'd be a Barky
I
Marathon.
feel like it's not cute.
You're thinking the Barky Marathon. No, the Barkley Marathon. Well, there's a documentary on it that came out in 2014 called The Barkley Marathons.
The race that eats its young?
The race that eats its young, yeah.
What
So it's
the
a race
hell?
where each year 40 runners attempt the hardest race in the world. The race has over 60,000 feet of elevation gain, which is the equivalent of climbing Mount Everest twice from sea level. There's a secret application process, and there's an unknown start time
What?
to it. So it's a
What?
very
What? What?
it's a very secretive thing, you know.
We can get into it more, but was the documentary did it have a lot of information, or was it kind of like?
Oh yeah, it's a very good documentary.
Well,
It's very
I didn't
it's
know
very
if-
intense. Well, people die during this.
Oh my gosh!
It's really intense.
Of
See,
more
look,
than
look,
1,000
look.
who've entered, only 17 have completed the full distance in time in the race's history.
Yeah.
So it's 100
intense.
miles along unmarked trails in rural Tennessee with 67,000 feet
60,000, yeah.
of elevation. That's Everest twice.
From sea level, yeah.
Oh,
That's what I said.
in one, I know, but like when you're reading it
it's now
again,
sinking
you're
in,
like,
sinking in now.
whoa.
Starting to sink in. Yeah, so I signed us up for that.
Oh, God. But we don't know when it is or where you start.
No, I guess I need to start looking for the application. How do you even sign up? Are we gonna get shot for Googling
I feel like
this?
you'd have to be in the running world. Like, I feel like they would, if they knew you were a runner, they would just kind of slide it to you.
I don't know. Yeah, it's.
Oh my
Has a woman
gosh.
ever finished it? That's what that question is. Three.
3 people is all it says. Wait.
Yes, women have finished it. Yes,
Women
women
have
can also
finished.
run.
Yeah, we knew that.
Breaking news. Do. Women can run.
But did you see the stance that the did you see the stance that the World Track and Field took? They said no trans athletes in women's sports.
Really?
They completely said
Track and field did that, huh?
the world, whatever the
Track and
world,
field? Oh, it wasn't just U.S. It was the whole world.
the world like
council of.
yeah, they were like no trans athletes in women's sports.
Wow.
Completely cut it off.
Wow,
Cut
that's.
it off.
I mean, wow. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Hey, come on. Give
I'm
me a
sorry.
little sugar on that one. That's pretty good. Wow. I mean, oh man, that's such a touchy subject.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I just saying that's the stance they
get it.
took.
I get it. Because, like, obviously, I don't know. Because it's like the whole thing is like, you don't want guys, like, taking advantage and just pretending to be women just to get in so they'd win. But it's like, I don't know. Because, I mean, if you're trans and you also, like, you still want to, like, you're an athlete and you still
Right.
want to compete. Like, what if you're trans and you transitioned when you were like 17 or 18 and then it's been like 7 years and you get to the Olympics?
I would say
How does
there's
that
probably little
Or you transition. Can you transition?
rules.
Can you do that like younger?
I don't even know.
Is
I
that
don't
an
know.
issue? I'm sure that's an issue for a lot of states right
I
now.
was gonna say that's probably also an issue that's being discussed.
Without even knowing it, we
just
stumbled
into
into
something.
another rocky path without even
Yeah.
knowing it. We have a whole list of rocky paths to talk about, and we stumbled into a new one. That's the magic of the Mellow Road. You never know what you're going to find.
Yeah, you just stumble along.
Sometimes you find...
You may run into a tree. You may slip in the
Yeah.
mud. You don't know. Yeah, I mean, this just says what we just said. Decides to ban transgender athletes from international track and field competition.
That is...
wild.
I guess we'll have to see how that develops as it does.
Yeah, that's very
Because
recent.
track
That was
season
like 2
is
days
starting
ago.
up, so let's
God, I love
fucking
it.
go,
I
man.
love track
track season. It is so much fun. I get so hyped up seeing hurdles out. I just want to...
You need to
jump 'em.
come run back at the old high school.
That's half an hour away.
Okay, run there. And then run.
Not a bad idea.
Having that nice all-weather track.
It does look really nice. I mean, there's one right across the street from where I work.
True.
So I can just go there.
I thought about that.
I need to
the other day
ask
'cause
someone.
The gate was just open. I'm like, oh, I could just go right there.
They just kind of leave it open.
Well, it's for the community too. They spend all that money for it.
Oh, it is like it's like a public track?
I would
guess that's
assume
true.
they would want the
I guess
community
when there's
to
no
use it.
kids out there, it's not a problem.
That one's also different because it's in the middle of town. So, like, why would you
Yeah, that's
not
true.
expect people to be there?
Yeah, it's a weirdly placed area. It's just like right there.
We could dark segue into how schools spend their money. If you
Let's
want.
do it. Yeah, so that's a school that spent some money that they had received on improving the athletic field, and which helps the morale of the school, of the students, of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Better stands, better all that, better field, better concessions.
I don't know if
better
they're
all that
necessarily
stuff.
safer, but some people preach that as well.
It's improved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's improved. They weren't made of wood, rotting and rusty metal and stuff like that. So it's good.
Mm-hmm.
What are you referring to?
You sent a little story to me about an Alabama elementary school.
Yep.
That recently debuted a new $60,000 bulletproof safe room that like pops out of the wall.
Yeah. I love the video of the
to
woman
help
doing
shield
it.
children during mass shootings.
Yeah. Alabama. Alabama.
I don't know if there's a way for us to share the video, but you could just look up Alabama safe room or
Look
something.
up elementary school bulletproof safe room.
Yeah, it'll pop up. So
Google something you never thought you'd Google.
bulletproof something you shouldn't have to
school.
Google. Oh, sorry, that volume's on.
Oh, is that her pulling it
What
open?
I was gonna ask is,
I love when she pulls it all the way open, because after she does it, she goes, "Just that easy."
just that easy.
It's
Like
just that
she's
easy.
putting all her weight into getting it off the wall.
Yeah, she really does look like she's like. It looks heavy. I mean, it's bulletproof, so it has to be.
I didn't
heavy.
realize that on the first watch, it is a whiteboard, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like because there's magnets.
It's in the wall, like in the corner, and then the whole thing is you pull it out of the corner, like it folds out, and it makes like a rectangle.
Yeah,
So you're pulling out two walls, basically.
Yeah, you're pulling out. All you're doing is it's in the wall as an L,
It's
and
kind
then
of cool.
you're reversing the L.
Well, I feel like
So
classrooms should have that.
pop out.
Some classrooms should just have something like that, because that's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Like just having another room in the class. I hope that they
I didn't even think about it like that.
have to use it. I just now thought of it like that.
I agree. I hope they never have to use it for its intended purpose.
I would turn it into a green room.
But used to work. I've worked in elementaries. I was a teacher for a couple
Usually
years.
they just have tents in elementary school classrooms.
Yeah.
Just tents everywhere.
I didn't even think about that in terms of like a separate testing room, a quiet space for kids.
Quiet space.
Great.
Yeah, no, quiet, because it's bulletproof too, so it's probably kind of soundproof in there.
Great. Yeah, I hope it never
That's a
has to
good
be
point.
used for what it's actually
Yeah.
$60,000 for.
Yeah.
You could make that out of
And you know
wood.
what? And it's Alabama, so you know that they didn't need to worry about buying new textbooks
No.
or
Yeah.
like, I mean, because honestly, they've been using the old textbooks and just erasing some of the black names anyway. So like, I think they're fine. They want older textbooks. I don't think Alabama's buying new textbooks. I think they're buying older ones for like really cheap. So I think that's why they could afford this for every classroom, because they're just buying the old, like, from the Confederate days books.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about, like, they're saving so much money buying those.
Oh, that's actually surprising. I was gonna say I think Alabama's pretty low on teacher pay. So for the cost of that wall, an Alabama teacher makes less than that
Wow. Per year.
per year. I knew Missouri was 49th, and I was thinking Alabama was down there with us, but they're actually about middle of the pack.
MIZ. No, we're 45.
Okay, we've moved up.
We're 45. Look
This-
at that.
this is
we
also-
made it. We broke the 50,000 mark.
This is also from 3 years ago.
Oh shit! What is it now? Let's look it up now. Let's real fast. See if you can find it.
So I mean, what do you
Come on, Missouri! Big money, big money, big money. Let's go, Missouri!
think? I don't know. What do you think about it?
I think that they should. I don't think schools need to be building fortresses for students to be protected.
Mm-hmm.
I think schools shouldn't have to worry about military funding. That makes no sense. Like, and also,
that's
but
a
also,
good point.
at least they stopped talking about teachers, like arming teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if this is the solution, if this is like an alternative to arming teachers in every school in America.
Yeah.
I think this is a win.
Yeah, I
This
agree
is a
with
good
that.
compromise, because the room can be used for other things.
That's what I was gonna say. You
It's-
kind of swayed me.
Yeah, no, I did too. I swayed myself because I used this. I really hated this because kids could also use books
Mm-hmm.
and other stuff like that. But I think that the real thing to do to protect kids from being shot is not to sell AK-47s to people,
Yeah.
like just everyone.
Right.
That just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
I don't know why background checks are so frowned upon.
Loose.
Why are they like, I don't want to do background checks. It's just a gun. It's just a cannon I can hold in
Yeah.
my fucking hand.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I don't know. I was here's the deal. I was a teacher for 4 years. I worked in an elementary school. I worked in the smallest of small districts. I worked in a pretty big district, right outside of Columbia, Missouri, which is where the college is. And there was scary stuff all the time with if the university went on lockdown for something, even though we were 20 minutes away, we were in contact. Do we need to shut down as well? Is somebody crazy driving down the highway? And so when I was a physical when I was actually my own teacher in my own classroom, I thought about it every single day.
Right.
Every day I thought about it.
When I was a sub, I don't remember what school it was. It was somewhere in Columbia at an elementary school. I went out into the hallway with a student. He was finishing his homework, and I was helping him. And then he went into the classroom to give it to the teacher, and she was going to give him another one, and he was going to sheet, and he was going to come back out into the hallway. And there was 5 minutes. I was just sitting in the hallway, just waiting. And on the other side of the hallway, way down, there was a door outside. And I'm just sitting there in this tiny little, these little desks. And I'm just watching the door, and this random kid. I mean, I was a sub, so I don't really.
Right, you
I
didn't know
him, but I mean, it was just a kid walking by. It was a warm day. It was 60 because it was late spring because school was getting ready to come out, and he was wearing this really thick, big coat. And as soon as I saw it, you see a kid with a big coat, and you're get kind of nervous. You get Columbine vibes.
Yeah.
And I got that a little bit.
Yeah.
He was way on the other side, he was way far. I knew if he did have a gun, I'd be able to
yeah, you were,
because I wasn't gonna fight. He was really far away. But anyway, that's just my own personal thing. But he tried to. The door was locked. He tried to open the door, but it was locked. And I was sitting there just watching him try to open the door, and I was sweating because I didn't know what was gonna. I didn't know. I was do I need to help him?
Yeah.
The door open. What do I do? And he just walked away. And then I was how many more hours do I have to stay here?
Exactly.
Holy shit. That was the most stressful thing ever.
I thought about it every single day, and you really start thinking about scenarios and situations and stuff. I didn't have $60 or $60. I didn't have $60,000 to spend on a wall that pops out. But you do want to think about how am I going to protect these kids? How am
They say
it's
get chairs.
scary.
Throw chairs.
It's like you said earlier. It's crazy that's even on the internet that's even a thing
That exists now.
that exists and somebody's built it and it's real.
I wonder how many schools have that already.
Well, that's what when you watch the video, I feel like that's a teacher training thing.
It does seem like that. It
So,
looks she's showing what it would be.
You know what's it's almost sickening to the stomach. Somebody's sitting there oh, it's a great idea. It's yeah, it's a great idea, but yuck that we had to come up with that idea.
Here's what I'm seeing. You know what this shows me? This shows me that so we're not even going to try to stop them from coming into the building. We've already accepted and normalized the idea that the school shooter will come into your school. All right? Now it's just a matter of, can you get to the panic room fast enough? There was now, because it used to be fight back or block the doors or everyone get together or call for help. Now it's get in and hide, which is I guess yeah, you want to hide, but we're just accepting the fact that why don't we put fucking industrial bulletproof doors on all the outside doors?
Right.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we put security guards outside every school? Why do we have to force these educators and students, these children, to protect themselves?
Yeah,
why are we forcing them to protect themselves? Why doesn't the government protect them?
Yeah. We used to have trainings for it. And I remember thinking, this is my job? This is what it is to be a teacher? I got to train on how to protect a room of 20 kids. I'm going to be honest, I don't want to go through those comments. Unless you do.
No, we don't have to.
They kind of... You do your own
research. Do your own research.
Make your own opinions on it.
We're making our own opinions. We don't need to see other people's opinions.
But I do want to go back to Missouri is currently 47th.
Damn it, we dropped again?
We dropped in teacher as of December of last year, so 3 months ago.
Where's it at now? It was at 51,000 3 years ago. Where's it at
so
now?
Our average starting pay is $33,000.
Jesus Christ.
But the average teacher salary is $51,500. Which is 47th. I want to say
that's the starting
wage is the lowest.
That's the starting wage. No wonder no one in this fucking state wants to be a teacher.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into that. We could do a 10-part podcast.
That's a can of worms.
That's a 10-part podcast. If
we'll save that for. Hey, you do the research, and I'll make the jokes. I'll be the audience. I'll be
Um,
the audience reacting to you
my
ranting, right?
yeah, my personal
That's
story.
me. I'm
Yeah,
that guy.
honestly, if people wanted to hear it, I'd be willing to tell it.
Let us
So
know.
it's on the audience. You tell
Hit them
us.
up on T-Dub Projects or on the Mellowbrook Road Facebook page.
Yeah,
Nah, maybe not T-Dub Projects.
not T-Dub
Put it
projects.
on the Mellowbrook Road stuff.
Hey,
Instagram, mellowbrookroad.podcast@gmail.com. Look it up there or
um,
send it there.
I got an interesting thing, um, that I kind of want to just put out there just because it's kind of funny. I got a
What is
message
this?
the other day on T-Dub Projects about a project that somebody wanted me to do, and it involved things that I don't work with. It involved things that I don't do and don't really care to do.
Like what, latex?
No. It needed there was some welding and some repairing of something that already existed and
Mm.
refinishing stuff, and they had all these ideas and plans, and
Yeah.
and I basically just said, "No, not interested. I don't do that."
Mm.
Respectfully.
Right.
And there was a little bit of heat back.
A little bit of heat.
Little bit of heat came back my
Oh,
way.
really?
So
I've been leaning forward this whole time. I'm gonna lean back a little bit. You cool with that?
yeah, you do your thing.
Cool, man.
So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. Everybody on my page is always so nice, and not that this person wasn't, and not to say I won't do something for him later. It just was kind of funny that they picked a fight with, or not picked a fight, but they complained about a guy that does this part time,
Yeah.
kind of like
What? You're not a full contractor?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't do that. I don't know what you expect me to do.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah.
Did you find that sweet spot?
Kind of, but I'm a little bit off screen because my chair. Oh wait, hang on. I can't. I thought I could move the.
I'm trying to really.
arms.
I really want to engage with the audience, so I try to
My chair's just too long.
have a straight line to the
Or
camera.
not too long, too tall.
But then sometimes
See,
I'll
if
sit back too far.
If I turn this way, I'm sure the audience is loving the audio audience is loving this. If I turn this way, then I'm like, that looks kind of weird though, because they can see now that I'm fully exposed, they can see the soft underside of my belly.
Yeah, that's why we're running.
That's my one weakness. The underside of my belly is so soft.
Everywhere else is dragon skin.
You ever seen that soft white underbelly YouTube page?
I
People
feel
tell,
like I've
really
heard of
fucking
it.
Crazy stories.
I feel like I've heard of it.
It's intense. All of it is very intense. Speaking of intense, there's a new law. It looks like. Let me pull it up here before I talk out my ass. New bill, I should say, not law. A bill is
go
a
ahead.
bill. A Good Samaritan bill a bill for Good Samaritans to break car windows to save children or pets in distress, like in cars, like hot
Mhm.
cars. I think it's in Nevada. They're doing this, and I kind of like it, but I'm not too sure because I feel like it just gives people excuses to break into cars,
Yeah, I didn't
which I
think
think is
about that.
what most of the community is saying.
Yeah, but no, you can break into windows. That's my opinion.
I think you can break into windows because this says that an average of 38 children across the country, across the county, die of heat stroke every year after being left in a car. In the
Yeah.
Las Vegas, that's according to kidsandkids.org. So,
Yeah, no, that may increase the break-in thing, but all that owner has to do is no, I don't have an animal.
most people say they're like, whatever, I'll just deal with. They sue me. I'll just deal with it.
Yeah.
It's whatever. I have to save this
Yeah.
living thing. So most people didn't even care before.
Okay, so currently there's only 8 states where you can legally break into somebody's vehicle
Yeah.
but you have to have the Good Samaritan. That's the thing. You already can't legally break into cars. So if this law passes, it allows you to break into it on Good Samaritan
Yeah.
grounds. You know what I mean? So you're
Yes.
not. I don't think you're adding to the mess of people that already break into cars. This is for Good Samaritans that are like, there's a kid. Can we break it? Can we break it? And then
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I guess if you break it and then they're like, there's no sign of a
Yeah.
child or a
Right.
dog or anything,
Yeah.
or a cat or a ferret,
yeah, anything.
birds. I don't know what people keep in their cars. Tigers, Puma.
California, Colorado, Indiana, Massachusetts, Wisconsin, Florida, Ohio, and Tennessee, you can legally, any person is allowed to break a car window to save a pet, which I would assume carries over to people as well.
Well, someone named Lanier, who owns Main Gate 2.0 LLC, a salvage yard in Las Vegas, Nevada, gives some tips. Before you start breaking into car windows to save people, you got to make sure you do it safely. So he's giving people a lot of advice on how to break into people's cars without getting hurt.
Yeah.
And he's saying if you have a hammer or a tire iron, I would step back out of the way and just give it a nice hard hit. He said.
Great advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, swing hard.
But you want to aim for the. Should I be discussing this? I guess this is news, but I'm kind of like telling people how to break into cars.
Yeah,
he says you want to aim for the. He says you want to aim for the. You know what? Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this stuff. This is only to be used if you're a good Samaritan and you're trying to help a child or a pet or an adult trapped in a hot car. Okay? If you use it outside of those purposes, I can't be held responsible.
Yeah.
You want to aim for the corner of the window.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's where it's the weakest.
It's probably the thinnest.
Yeah, so you want to step to the side, right? Aim for the corner and just give it a bah! Do you ever see that video of that kid trying to film a video of how breaking into a car?
And it just bounces
and he never breaks
10
it.
times.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's like,
and then that one guy's like, maybe just a hammer. And he tries it, like barely taps it. The whole thing shatters. And he's like, no.
What about...
That's so funny. But yeah, if you're going to break into a window, do it safely.
Maybe that's what they were doing at the Tesla thing when they broke those windows.
Oh,
maybe there was a dog inside.
There was a dog inside. They thought there was a dog.
So he was like, yeah, these are bulletproof, but...
Here's the thing, though. It was a robot dog. So, like, what is that? Because a robot dog can also overheat. So... But it's not a real dog. Or is it,
Then you'd have people...
If it's an AI dog, is it a real dog?
You have people, like, breaking windows, and they're like, I didn't want that iPhone to overheat, so I took it. I stole it.
What if we start building, like, AI dogs that are, like, sentient? They have, like, working brains?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do then?
What do they do?
I don't know.
They're just...
What happens if you see a
robot
AI dog in a hot car? Do you save it? What if you don't save it? And it just dies.
But it can't feel pain.
Can it?
Not yet.
You don't know if dogs can feel pain. You don't know if
the AI dog?
No. Real dogs, you don't know if they can feel pain. You've seen a dog show signs that are familiar to you, but you're not feeling it. You're sensing it, right?
Yeah, but I'm so empathetic that I would assume a AI dog is also feeling pain.
I agree.
I would feel
you are an empathetic.
Yeah, whoa.
You fucking nerd. Let's move on to Utah now. Have we already been in Utah this episode? Let's go back to Utah if we've been there.
We're kind of in the desert.
We're in the desert area. Well, it's really hot. People go a little crazy in the hot
Alabama,
areas.
and then we went to the desert.
In Utah, they have a new bill, or is this a law? Man, I gotta rewatch Schoolhouse Rock. A new Utah, like a code that they came out with for banning books in schools of like profanity and stuff. And a woman had sent in a letter asking them about, referring to the banned books, and she wants them to ban the most profane book of all, the Bible.
The Bible's the worst?
Yes. They redacted her name and all the information, of course, from the letter. I have it right here. Here, I'm going to read a bit of it here. She said, I thank the Utah legislature and Utah Parents United for making this bad faith process so much easier and way more efficient. Now we can all ban books and you don't even need to read them or be accurate about it. Heck, you don't even need to see the book. Ceding our children's education, First Amendment rights, and library access to a white supremacist hate group like Utah Parents United seems like a wonderful idea for a school district literally under investigation for being racist. I noticed there's a gap, though. Utah Parents United left off one of the most sex-ridden books around, the Bible. Agreed. Incest, onanism, bestiality, prostitution, genital mutilation, fellatio, dildos, rape, and even infanticide. You'll no doubt find that the Bible under Utah code I don't know how law works. We need that lawyer in here now.
I'm sure she would love to comment on this.
10-1227 has no serious values for minors, quote unquote, because it's pornographic by our new definition. get this porn out of our schools.
Oh, she got stuck in caps lock there.
If the books that have been banned so far are any indication for way lesser offenses, this should be a slam dunk. And you know what? I agree with her. If you're gonna ban fucking Huckleberry Finn, you gotta ban the Bible because there's literally a dad trying to kill his own son. I mean, it's all sex, and there's like all these profanities that are going on, and they're like, but it's supposed to be teaching a lesson. Yeah, that's what Catcher in the Rye did too. It was
Yeah.
also teaching a lesson. It was showing you. That's what books do.
Yeah.
If you're gonna ban that, you gotta ban them all. We are Spartacus. You're gonna hang one of us, you gotta hang all of us. That's how it goes. You can't just be like, that's my favorite. I'm not gonna get rid of that one. No, you gotta get rid of that one too, buddy. Because you're the
Yeah.
one that made this law. Oh, you didn't think about that one?
What a slippery slope.
So I am very curious to see how this goes.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm on her
And
side.
you already said it. She made a good point.
She made a very good point. She caught him right.
If
in the
you're going to
balls.
ban these very lightly offensive books and these minuscule little things,
Yep.
you got to go for the big
Sorry,
daddy.
you gotta get it.
You got to
Slam dunk.
You got to get the Moby Dick.
It is a slam dunk, dude.
She said some words in there that I don't know, and I can't find them now.
Onomism.
Onomism. What's that?
Onomism.
I love that she put porn in all caps.
It's just like masturbation.
Like
It's
solo.
that self-love, baby.
Yeah.
On like one.
Yeah, like one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Infanticide.
Infanticide. Killing babies.
Ay.
Yeah. You know,
That's
like,
what I assumed.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. You know, like genocide?
Right.
Like a genus side?
Infant.
You're killing a race of people.
Ugh.
That's what genocide means, I think, right? Call me out if I'm wrong. Infant, yeah, replace that with infant.
Oh man. Yikes.
I like it.
So that code she talked about, I mean, she's right on. You know, this is
Genitals.
the
pubic
things
regions,
that
buttocks, and I think the whole thing was like because those things don't have anything to do with like teaching the kid
right.
those things.
Well, I will say though that can you reword the Bible in a way to tell the stories without the mess? Not reword it necessarily, but like, can
The
you
Old Testament is pretty much
Can you
all just like
trim the fat on that? I don't know. I don't know the Bible that well.
The Old Testament is very like it's a whole like it's a rule book. It's like here's what happens if you break the rules.
So in the Bible, they'll paint the story of like somebody doing something obscene.
Yeah, they're all like stories.
And then the punishment that follows.
That's not always a punishment, but like there's like certain things like Adam, like Abraham, right?
Mhm.
He takes his son up to the mountain. God says, "Take your son to the mountain and kill him." He's like, "Why?" He's like, "Cause I'm God. Do it." And he's like, "Okay." And then he goes up, and then like right before he does, he goes, "Well, bro, JK, you've been punked." And he's like, "Shit, Ashton Kutcher." And and he takes off his mask. Ashton Kutcher, it's God. But no, it's just like stuff like that. And then but there's also stories of like what is it, Job, who had like a hot wife and a big old house and all these cool kids and like a huge farm. And then the devil was like, "Hey God, you know he only likes you because you gave him all that cool stuff." And God's like, "Watch this. That's not true. Check it." And he snaps his fingers, and like all his kids like die horrifically. His wife, I don't know if she leaves him or if she dies too, and his house burns down and all his crops burn, and he still like praises God.
Ew, he's like covered in boils.
Yeah. He gets fucked up, and then he's like all dying, and God's like, "Love you."
You. It's funny though when you look up story of so and so, it'll always say story of whatever you're looking up, and then 4 kids. So it'd be interesting to look at the parallels between the stories and what they left out or
I
how
like
they
reading the Bible. Bible's
like
very good.
Dude, they should do a Kids Bop Bible.
Holy shit, they probably already have.
Kids Bop Bible where it's like they bleep not bleep it, they reword it.
Remix it. You
Remix
a
the
Bible remix.
Kids
Isn't that
Bop
what like Mormonism
Bible.
is? Isn't that like aren't there like
I don't-
isn't like every American cult just a Bible remix? Are you looking up Kids Bop Bible? Let's find the title of the
Oh,
episode.
God's Plan by Drake.
By Drake.
That's funny.
Drake, he knows God's plan.
The Bible book Bop. Yeah, dog. By Go Fish.
Oh, God. Let's move on to something else.
Yeah, let's get out of this.
Here, I have a fun joke about Christianity. So someone, Satanists. People always say the Satanists. We've talked about Satanists before.
Yeah.
People always complain that like, oh, they believe in like they worship Satan. And his little tidbit between two people. It says, Satanists don't believe in a literal Satan. And then someone replied and said, then what do you call people who believe in a literal Satan? And the person replied, Christians.
Ooh.
That's right. That's right. You got to be really Christian to believe in Satan.
But
That's true.
I mean, that's kind of the thing, though. If you're admitting or not admitting, but if you're saying you believe in God,
That means you believe in.
you
The
have
devil,
to
yeah.
believe in. Yeah. So I mean,
If
it doesn't
But if you're
matter.
a Christian, you know that
Oh,
good
yeah.
and evil exist. It's like you know that it's there. Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh man.
Mm-mm-mm. Anything you want to talk about?
I did want to bring up some good news. I think it's good news. I think it's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Let's move on.
The World Baseball Classic just happened.
Yes, it did.
So for people that don't know,
I was
all
watching
the countries, have their baseball teams put together, and all the MLB guys take a break from spring training before the season starts, and they go play for their countries. Which I meant to look it up. There's a lot of guys that have played for multiple countries.
apart from their parents.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, I'm not trying to say anything. I just didn't know what the ruling was on like.
You can just pick a country every
Yeah,
year.
It just felt like people were just kind of.
I'm
gonna
be
go over
Bolivia.
here.
I'm gonna be
this time."
Bolivian this year. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be Bolivian this. Well, it's not every year. It's like every
Um,
4 years or something, isn't it?
No, it's is it every year?
It's not every year. I don't think.
I don't know.
Japan won.
It was played in 2017, so it's been 6 years.
There you go. Yeah, I knew it was a long time between each one. Japan
Whoa,
beat
I
the
didn't.
U.S.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Yeah, so Japan ended up winning the entire thing.
World War II, Part 2. Boom, boom. Japan got back at it. They got their revenge finally. We can finally have peace with Japan.
Yeah, we're even.
We're even now. They bred mutated baseball super freaks, and they beat us. They did have some good players, though, including
okay.
one of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So
with the greatest name of all
that
time.
fucking sneaky Newt Bar.
Lars Nootbaar.
So I just picture him all season long sitting in the dugout, and all the Cardinals are like sitting around him, they're like hanging out, and he's just like, I'm an international world baseball classic champion,
Yeah.
and they're like, shut the fuck up. He's like,
every
we beat you guys.
yeah,
We
every
destroyed
time
you
he
guys."
gets in the dugout, he like pulls the medal out. He's like, "God, this thing's driving my neck crazy."
Oh.
He's like
Starts
putting his-
speaking Japanese and he
fixing
pulls
his
it out.
medal. I don't know if he can speak Japanese. Surely.
I-
I mean, he might be of
Uh,
Japanese descent, but
His mom is
surely-
Japanese.
I don't know actually.
It's
That-
one of his parents.
See, I didn't know he was on. I didn't know he was playing for Team Japan when
I
he
noticed
did
him
it.
immediately. I
Um,
think his mom is Japanese.
or I guess I didn't know he was going
Yeah.
to play for them. But they did win, and when I first started watching the United States versus Japan game, I was getting really frustrated because I'm like, "Come on, America!"
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? It'd be kind of cool if Japan won this.
Yeah.
Like I don't know any of these guys. There might have been more than one. Otani, which is like the MVP of the major leagues,
Sure.
he pitches and hits for Japan, and I'm like, you know what? It'd be fucking cool if he won. And then it came down to he was pitching for Team Japan against Team USA in the 9th against his teammate
Yeah.
that for the
That's what
major
That's what they were
leagues
saying. They were like, I wonder if this is
Who
ever going to happen.
is equally as
Yeah.
amazing at baseball, and he struck him out to win the game. That's pretty fucking cool.
I made some enemies during that game. Because
that right?
I thought I made some comments. I kind of like had an epiphany watching that game,
Mm-hmm.
and just while watching the international, or is it not international? Just World Baseball.
World
Classic.
Baseball Classic.
It's international.
Yeah.
Um.
International baseball. It's like the only time they ever do it.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching it, all the games, and I was just thinking. I think that I had this theory that baseball is going to overtake soccer as the number one world sport.
You think so?
I think so, and I was really going
That's
off.
bold.
I was going off, and no one believed me. And here's my reasons why. It is a faster game, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a little bit more exciting than soccer. Soccer is very fun, very fast, very exciting. I'm not saying I love soccer.
It's fast and it's getting
I
faster, is what I'll
love
say.
soccer. I follow it. I'm one of those Americans. It's fun.
I can watch it
It's fun.
when things are high.
Played it in college.
Stakes are high.
It's fast. Baseball's fast. It's exciting. I want to say the stadium is smaller, right?
Baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the soccer
It's
field is
easier to-
so big.
Yeah, soccer fields are huge.
More
It's
seating though in a soccer field.
true, but it's also more space.
Yeah.
So, so there's that. Also, the thing with soccer is that it takes a lot of energy, a lot of running. That's like two of the big things in soccer. The top two things in soccer: running, kicking. Right?
All feet.
I guess you could say running and footwork, and really just tie them all together. So get footwork at it, and
The average player will run between 6 and 8.5 miles during
So-
a game.
here's my thing. Here's my big kicker with baseball overtaking soccer. Ready?
No pun intended.
I'm all over it. Soccer is more of a kid's game. Let me explain why it's more of a kid's game. With both games, they're both children's games.
You're not hurting my feelings, but you're gonna step
Here,
on some
but here's what I'm
toes.
saying. Here's I'm not saying it's childish. I'm saying
No,
here's
no,
why
you're
it's
right.
here's why it's a game that kids can play more than adults because kids have energy to play the game.
Yeah.
Adults, once you get that certain age, like the way I'm experiencing right now, you stop. If you don't run for like a few weeks, you forget how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You forget how to breathe when you're running. So like kids have more energy to play soccer like fully, right? And here's the kicker. Well, I already said that, but here's another one. Try and get a group of 30 to 50-year-old men that work out maybe 2
Never.
to 3 days a week.
Okay.
Let's give them that.
Yeah.
Light working out. I'm talking like walking on the treadmill,
Yeah.
bench press every so often. You get them out there. You give them each a 12-pack of beer, each,
Ooh. Okay.
and then they drink them. About 7 or 8 beers in, you go throw them a soccer ball. You go, all
Yeah.
right, go outside and run.
And it's 95 degrees.
Go outside and run around, play soccer,
Yeah.
play game, 2-hour game of soccer. Go.
Yeah.
Take those same group of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Different scenario. Move them over here now. You give them the same thing. Toss them a softball and a metal bat.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
The professionals.
Oh, yeah.
They'll play for days straight. That's why I think baseball's going to overtake soccer. It's a more universally playable sport
Mm-hmm.
than soccer. Soccer is a much easier game to play because it's just
Yeah.
walking
yeah,
and kicking.
Yeah.
But baseball is less athleticism. My comparison was like track and field compared to bowling. They're both sports, but
Mhm.
one takes a little bit more effort athletically than bowling does, right?
Right.
So, because bowlers are athletes. I don't care what anyone says. Once you get to the point where you're shaped like the ball you're playing, you become an athlete because you are the ball. That's the key.
You make a really, really good point.
Thank you.
Because I've spent many a Sunday at a baseball field watching slow pitch softball.
Me too.
And those guys, I saw a
They
funny
get drunk
thing.
on there. They get drunk, dude.
Yeah, I saw a funny thing the other
Whole
day
game.
that was like, Tinder, but I'm just a guy looking for another guy that wants to play catch for 20 to 40 minutes a day.
Oh, that's
And I was like,
cute.
me,
That's
yes,
cute.
me.
Aw.
I could if you gave me a baseball and a glove and you challenged me to be the last man standing against somebody else, I would win 100% of the time.
Yeah. I wish men had more like boyfriends.
Dude, I could sit.
Like you know how girls have like these are my girlfriends. Like we
Yeah.
hang out. I wish men had boyfriends.
I could sit and play catch
I guess we
for
have
the
bros.
rest of my
These
life.
are my bros. Well, like I guess men don't play catch with themselves very often. They don't
No.
play catch with each other. We go like men go golfing for some reason.
Yeah, I just sold my golf clubs
Nice,
because I
dude.
never used them.
Welcome.
I literally never used them.
I'll do top golf
But dude, yes,
or
that.
mini golf.
Frisbee,
I don't want the in between.
frisbee, football, ball and
We
glove.
should set up a frisbee golf course in the area, like just on this property.
There's-
That'd be easy.
Oh yeah, on this property. Yeah,
Be easy.
I was gonna say there's one at the dam.
Oh yeah,
I've never played it.
we should go that. We should go there now.
Yeah.
After this.
I was trying to look it up. The Japan broke their like TV like ratings.
Viewership. They
Yeah.
have 5.2 million viewers across the FS1 cable network. That's Fox Sports 1, I guess.
Up almost 70%. What was it? I saw a crazy
It was a
stat.
good game.
I don't remember the wording of it. Yeah, 3-2
I
final.
don't watch baseball at all.
Man, I would love a Lars Nootbaar Japan jersey to wear to a Cardinals game. That'd be so freaking awesome.
That'd be pretty cool.
That
bet you
that
can
would
find
just be
one.
so cool. No, I can't.
Nah, I bet you can.
There's somewhere, but
Just make one.
That'd be cool too.
Just make one. You know,
Yeah, that'd be
speaking of
cool.
Japan, I want to move on to this. This is a story I found, an idea to prevent a nuclear war. Have you ever heard this idea before?
Idea to prevent a nuclear war?
An idea on how you can prevent a nuclear war. It's
Mm-mm.
basically an idea on like,
Take away the nukes?
well, like you know how like the president has like that guy that walks around him and he has the handcuffed briefcase and he has like the nuclear codes.
Yeah, the football.
The football, exactly. So like it's
Why'd they
like
call it
that's
that?
like one of the ideas. Like let's have a football thing and like that's what the codes are, you know, right? So this is like an idea of like that. Like what does the president have that? What does he have to do in order to shoot off missiles of that with nuclear missiles, right? A certain like code or you know. So this is a law professor, Roger Fisher, suggested. This is his suggestion. I almost just spoiled it. I'm not going to spoil it yet.
Mhm.
So Roger Fisher, he suggested this idea that the nuclear launch codes would be implanted in a volunteer's heart, and that volunteer would follow the president around all day, right? So let me go through the whole
A
quote.
willing volunteer?
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
okay.
Let me go through the whole quote. So it's his is him talking. My suggestion was quite simple. Put that needed code number in a little capsule, and then implant that capsule right next to the heart of a volunteer. The volunteer would carry with him a big, heavy butcher knife as he accompanied the president. If ever the president wanted to fire nuclear weapons, the only way he could do so would be for him to first, with his own hands, kill one human being. The president says, George, I'm sorry, but tens of millions must die. He has to look at someone and realize what death is, what an innocent death is. Blood on the White House carpet. It's reality brought home. Like he has to kill someone and have an innocent person's blood on the White House carpet before he willingly shoots off a missile that could potentially kill millions upon millions of people.
Wow.
And
who came up with that? That's pretty fucking good.
He is a law professor, Roger Fisher. And there's more to it too. Never forget that part of the reason this system was never implemented was that when he presented it to his colleagues, their response was, but George, that's terrible. If he has to take an innocent life, he may never press the button. That's the whole point.
Oh.
That's why that didn't get implemented. Because they were like, but if he has to kill someone, he'll never do it. And it's like,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what we should do.
What's the phrase? If you kill a killer, the same number of killers remain.
Yeah. It's like if you break a hole.
I think that's dumb.
If you got a net and you break one of the like walls of it, there's one less, or there's just as many holes. No, there's one less hole. My thing was different than yours.
If you cut a net, it's less net.
It's less net.
That's weird.
Well, yeah, if you cut it, then there's less of it.
Well, I meant like if you cut one of the cells.
Yeah.
Now instead of 500 holes, there's 499.
Yeah.
Huh. Kill a
Well,
killer.
something that gets bigger as you cut it. A net. That's a.
Oh.
Something that gets bigger as you cut it.
Yeah.
Yep. Little fun riddle for you. They call me the Riddler.
$1
that song, dude.
And playing the Star Spangled Banner, people would people. But think how funny it would be if you played it and you were just like
in the middle of the bar.
Yeah, you stand up in the middle.
Dude, anyone that did that, if you did that in the middle of the bar, anyone that actually like stopped and did that, I'd be like, you're an asshole.
Take your hat off and like
come on.
Everybody's at the bar is like, what the
that I've never
what's going on?
I've never heard that song and thought America. Never once. I hear that song, it takes me back to fucking like
before a sporting event.
Elementary school or middle school when I'm forced to fucking stand up every day. And you just stand there for like 2 minutes and you just stare at the fucking wall. Or you just kind of glassy eyed stare at the flag. And then and that's it. That's the only thing I think about when I hear that song. It gives me anxiety and it gives me depression. I don't like it.
It makes me think of before a sporting event. That's all I think of.
Yeah. And I'm like sitting down talking to my friends and all of a sudden I gotta shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
and stand up.
And you're just hoping.
And I'm just like, and all I'm doing is waiting. And most of the time, I'm talking to people still.
Yeah, and you're
while I'm
thinking,
there.
God, I hope my phone doesn't ring right now, dude. The other day,
Oh yeah, that's too. That is usually
we
kind
were
of fun.
we were at a basketball tournament or something, and we were at a school. Like, I don't know how it is for people listening, but we go to a school, and all these schools just have a recording of it, so they'll just click play like on a phone, and they'll
Yeah.
hold it
Yeah,
to the
there's
mic.
no like band.
Yeah, nobody's singing.
There's no
Well,
orchestra
sometimes,
playing. There's no orchestra playing.
but so they'll just like play it on a computer or a phone or whatever and hold it
Mhm.
to the mic. And we were there, and it didn't play for like 10 seconds. So, you're kind of whatever. Doesn't play for 15 seconds. So now people are starting to talk. Doesn't play for 20. People are laughing.
Right.
Like, what's going to happen? Then this
That's it.
one guy starts singing it on the other side of the gym. He starts singing. So the whole crowd picks up and sings.
I'd fucking sit down.
And I was just like,
I'd walk out.
okay. So then the next
No
time,
way.
so it was a tournament. So that happened the first game. The second game, it played
kind of cute.
It played normal.
Kind of cute.
And then the last game, we ended up winning, and people were like went down on the court to like wait for the players to come back out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it started playing again after the game, and the tech person's like running up the bleachers to like turn it
Just
off
like randomly.
just after the game. It's playing, so like of course everybody's like,
no way
stands
people
back.
fucking stop.
No, like jokingly, people were like,
oh okay.
oh, we got to stop again. Everybody, and you're like, dude, what?
That's kind of funny.
It was weird. I just thought, man, 2 for 3.
Man,
They did bad there. I just think that would be if I'm connected to a Touch Tunes 30 minutes away, can I pick a song
probably yeah.
and it would play?
Yeah, probably.
It gives you the option. I just didn't know if it would work.
It might.
It'd be a funny thing to try.
What was I just about to say? I was gonna say something right before you asked me the Touch Tunes. Doesn't matter. That's probably something mean about the national anthem. Oh, I support. I've always supported people not standing, like the national anthem, because like who cares?
Yeah, do your thing.
But like for me, it was never about like oppression or like white people being assholes and racist and stuff, or whatever people's reason is for not standing. I just don't like standing for I just don't like standing. I just don't like. I don't. You know what it is? I'm resisting like it's 1776, the year after we got the flag, and I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want to stand up for this.
Yeah.
I just fought for my freedom, and I want to be free to sit down, to drink my beer before this football game.
That's the thing.
Why can't I just sit down and drink this beer before the football game? I don't do the sporting events anymore. I don't get up. I don't do that nonsense. I don't care if like old people yell at me. I don't care. And you know what? Now that I'm on this little rant, speaking of old people, I think it's really sad and upsetting about for veterans because they get back from war, and the only thing they get from like the veterans union is just one hat with the name of whatever war they fought in, and that's the only hat they're allowed to have for the rest of their life. I think that's really unfair. They should have more.
You think
hats.
they could do more?
They can
you
have
think
more
we
than
could do
one
more
hat.
for veterans?
It seems like one guy I see every day. He's wearing a Korean War hat. He's worn since he got back from the Korean War, and I'm like, doesn't that give you PTSD? Why do you want to stare at that every day? Why do you wear that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're all different in terms of how they feel about it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking, don't you own more than one hat?
Yeah.
Because that one's got to get dirty.
Maybe he's got 2. Maybe he's got one for every day of the week.
He might. I guess that's true. I just feel like, I guess the people that I don't see wearing hats could be soldiers that are like, why would I wear that every day?
Yeah. True.
Would it be weird if you walked around saying with an Afghanistan like war or Iraqi war hat?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I might have seen that actually. I don't know actually.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But yeah, something I've always noticed. They always wear the same hat. Anyway, hey, you plugging anything? You plugging anything on that T-Dub projects? T-Dub projects? Get anything going on? Anything hot and ready?
There's
off the press?
There's some big, not big. There's some projects coming. I just don't have the time to work on it as often as I would like. But
Well, you mean you're not working on the podcast? So like, what are you doing? You're not helping out there.
No, that's true.
Off the screen, you're not sitting over there when I'm over here editing.
When we click stop on this recording, that's pretty
You
well
disappear
where
like
I
a fucking
stop.
poof.
Yeah.
Gone.
No, Tita Projects has some stuff coming up that I would like, some traction from. We're doing some more Easter tombs and stuff.
Oh yeah, Easter's coming up.
But to be honest, I'm kind of looking for the next tomb. Like the tombs did really well for me if you go to my page and see them.
The next thing.
I'm looking for the next thing that one person brings me and everybody goes crazy about it, that I could just make a bunch of.
What if it's like a sun, like it's a wooden cutout of the sun, but you put a mirror on it so it reflects the sun, and then you put like wooden sunglasses over the mirror, like just where the eyes are, and so it's like the sun, but it's like it mirrors the sun, so it's like bright.
I don't know where you just came up with that, but that's
Just
pretty good.
in my head just now.
That's pretty
Just
good.
kind of popped in.
I
don't know why that was the first. I was thinking summer because I was like, the tombs are more Easter, so you want something for the summertime probably, so you have time to like prep it and get it ready. And so the first thing I thought of was a sun.
Yeah,
That's just a little BTS of creative madness over here.
I rarely get to do what I want to do. I'm usually doing I'm doing things that other people bring me.
Yeah.
So a small idea like that, I rarely get around to. But I have a couple in my notes that I would like to get to that I think a lot of people would be like, oh, that's a really cool thing. So, if you just come follow
Tita Projects.
Tita Projects on Facebook, come check it out.
On Meta, hit up the metaverse.
Get you a hoodie. Get you a t-shirt.
Get you a hoodie.
I'm not wearing one for once, but
you're wearing a Sky Zone hoodie. Shout out Sky Zone trampoline park galore.
We'll leave those stories for another episode.
Oh, that's always fun. You can check out my Instagram, Van Windsor, if you want scattered random pictures of random things. I post every like full moon. It seems takes about a month. I'm pretty social media lazy.
Me
I was
too.
off it for so long, and I've only gotten back into it because of the show, and it's really hard because I have to like get into it. I don't know how to. I'm like slowly trying to figure everything out. How it's all different than it was like 2 years ago. So I don't know, but
we're both not very great at it.
I do update. I mean, the Mellow Brick Road, like the Instagram is only episodes right now for the show Instagram. Hit up our DMs, but the show. I'm trying to figure out like
challenge
what
somebody,
to post.
and you could correct me if I'm wrong. Be our first to slide into the DMs.
I didn't want to say that we haven't had any DMs yet. I wanted people to think that we had a lot of DMs.
I know, but maybe if we set up a race, they'll come running.
Yeah,
or you can cut this.
No. I mean, it's just like now it seems like we're fucking like losers with no friends because like no one's DMing us. No one wants our hot pods on Instagram. No, but yeah, hit us up on Instagram. I gotta get better at like posting certain like clips and stuff on Instagram. Still trying to figure out how all that works.
Yeah.
If you want to work for free as our social media consultant, let us
we
do
would
it.
love the
I
help.
don't know what I'm doing, and no one will help me. Please help me. You can also check out the show, Instagram, Facebook. What else we got?
You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Stitcher. You can watch the visual podcast on YouTube. You can come to our Patreon, which you recently posted.
I just posted
a Patreon exclusive,
a little like blooper clip, little blooper reel.
Yeah,
from one of our last recordings, a little funny little clip. So if you want to see that, I might post like a small snippet of it on Instagram. But if you want to watch that, you got to go on Patreon. You gotta support the show. You gotta become part of the Mellow Brick Road family. Join the path.
Yeah.
Join the path. Yeah.
Also, shout out to Hoopla. We love you. We
love you,
Hoopla. He's already used all his borrows.
I was gonna say you need to.
It's almost a new month. We're close.
Yeah, it's fucking like still like almost a week away, dude. Like, what am I supposed? Went back to like Apple Books because I just needed something to read. I'm reading like Russian literature right now. It's fantastic. But yeah, Hoopla, you need to like up your maximum borrows, or like give us an exclusive so like we have more than everybody else.
Yeah,
give us a deal like that.
Give us a code
because we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the show.
We already talk about it.
The app we do all the time. So like, hit us up.
Freaking love Hoopla,
please.
man.
Please. Also, hey, yeah, hit up that Patreon, patreon.com/mellowbrickroad. Check out all that exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff. Or we do a little book club kind of thing. What you're reading when we talk about
Mhm.
the books we've been reading. And yeah, we got to do that more because I've got quite a
As I say, I'd
pile
say we're
built up.
prepped for that.
I could do like 4 episodes probably. I have a lot of stuff
Yeah.
I've been reading just because I've been excited about doing this. So, everybody, I think that is the end of the show. Do you have anything else you want to end on?
Peace
Any
and
crude humor?
blessings. That's
Any
all.
quotes?
No, I tried to bring up a quote last time and it completely failed. So I'm gonna let that.
Yeah, and you know what?
I'm gonna let that fizzle a
I
little
feel like
bit.
yeah. I don't know if I think I might have been wrong on that one.
You think?
I think I misheard what you said in that.
No, but we had it up on the screen. We read it together.
Yeah, I know, but I still feel like I think I like somehow like subconsciously like
Flip that.
gaslit you into that without me even knowing I was gaslighting you. I think I gaslit you into like thinking like me. So if you want manipulation
Wow.
like that, join the path at Mellow Brick Road. But yeah, so I could be wrong. Let us know. Yeah, here's a little fun project. Go back to the last episode. Go to like the last 5 minutes, I think,
Yeah.
and watch it. Let us know if I gaslit Trace. And yeah, hit us up on our DMs. Let us know. Everyone, thank you so much for listening to the Mellow Brick Road. This has been kind of a hectic path today. Went through a lot of different avenues. Learned a lot.
Yeah.
About ourselves and other people. If you want to join us for the next path, it'll be next week, next Wednesday. Every Wednesday we post around 8 a.m. is when the episodes go up. Pretty much everywhere. There might be like a little bit of a time delay
Yeah.
on certain things, but it should be 8 a.m. for the most part. Yeah, I think that's everything. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. We love you and listening. We love you as well if you're just audible. And yeah,
Peace and
everybody,
blessings.
peace and blessings. Have a great day. Bye bye.